All right, so in this video, we're going to be diving into urgent Social Security updates for March that could impact millions of beneficiaries. So in this video, we're going to be talking about March payment schedules and who gets paid next. We're going to be talking about some major delays affecting some recipients and what you should do about it. We're also going to be breaking down the latest on the retroactive payments. We'll also be talking about the Doge dividend proposal and what it means for you and if you qualify. So make sure you go ahead and pay attention, take notes, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right. So going into the March Social Security payments and the schedule. So if you receive supplemental security income, SSI, or started getting Social Security before May 1997, you should have already received your March payment. If not, you want to make sure you go ahead and check your bank account or SSA online account. For those of you on a standard payment schedule, here's what you can go ahead and expect as it relates to your payments. So March 12th, if your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th is when you should be able to expect to receive your payment. If March 19th, if your birthday is going to be between the 11th and the 20th, March 26th, if your birthday is between the 21st and the 31st. And this is really important to understand. If your payment has not arrived on time, the SSA recommends waiting at least 3 business days before calling them. In many cases, those delays are due to bank processing times rather than SSA errors. All right, so why are there so many delays and what's the issue currently going on right now? So a lot of beneficiaries have been experiencing some delays in receiving their Social Security payments. So if you're still waiting on your deposit, you're not alone. So here's a couple things that could be causing a holdup, and here's what you could be able to do about it. So number one, there are some SSA staffing shortages and office closures. So the Social Security Administration has been dealing with a significant amount of staffing cuts, and it's been leading to disruptions in processing payments and customer service. And over 7,000 employees have unfortunately been laid off in the past year. There's been 47 field offices have been shut down, reducing in-person assistance. Many of the remaining offices are understaffed, and it's been creating a big backlog in application processing, benefit adjustments, and issue resolution. So this means longer response times, delays in processing new claims, and also slower resolution of payment-related issues. There's also longer wait times for customer service. So if you've been trying to contact the SSA for payment issues, just be prepared for a longer than usual wait time. Many of the beneficiaries report waiting several hours just to be able to speak to an agent. So a couple of things that are causing this. So as I mentioned before, there's fewer SSA representatives due to the staffing cuts, higher call volumes from people experiencing delays. Also, there's going to be an increased demand for Social Security services. So what is going to be your best alternative? What can you do to be able to really speed up this process for yourself? Well, number one, you want to make sure that you try reaching out through the SSA online portal before calling them. A lot of the common issues, such as verifying payment status, updating your bank information, tracking benefit deposits, could actually be handled online without having to wait on hold. And here is what you could be able to do to avoid some of those delays as well. So to be able to minimize the delays and ensure a smoother process, you want to go ahead and go to www.ssa.gov/my account to verify your payment information, making sure that you have the up-to-date direct deposit information that's correct. Also making sure that there's no incorrect banking details, because that can lead to delays. Also, you want to make sure that you set up notifications for your SSA account. That involves you to get alerts when payments are coming and being processed. If payment is delayed, you just want to wait at least those 3 business days, as they recommend on their websites. And many of the payments could be due to bank issues as well. So you can go ahead and call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213. And like I said, just be prepared for longer than usual wait times. All right. Next, we have the retroactive payments from the Social Security Fairness Act. So if you or your loved one have been impacted by the windfall elimination provision, also known as WEP, or the government pension offset, also known as GPO, there's good news. So you are entitled to retroactive payment. The SSA is currently issuing payments totaling to over 7.5 billion to eligible beneficiaries, and the average payout is about 6,710 per recipient. So there's the catch, right? Here's the catch when it comes to this. Not everyone's going to qualify for this, and also processing times may vary. So let's break down what those are. So number one, what is the Social Security Fairness Act? Just to get you caught up to date on that. So the Social Security Fairness Act was passed to be able to correct longstanding reductions in Social Security benefits for those who were affected by WEP or GPO. And there was two provisions that often unfairly reduce benefits for public sector employees. So people who worked in government jobs that did not pay into Social Security, later worked jobs that did not pay into Social Security. Also, this impacted people who had spouses who paid into Social Security but were subject to the GPO provision as well. All right. So how WEP and GPO previously reduced benefits. So there was a windfall elimination provision, which reduced Social Security retirement benefits for workers with a pension from a job that did not withhold Social Security taxes. So that impacted teachers, police officers, government workers. The GPO impacted people with spouses. So it cut spousal and survivor benefits for retirees who also had a pension from non-Social Security covered work. And thanks to the Fairness Act, those reductions have been eliminated, and affected beneficiaries are now receiving back payments for what was unfairly withheld. So let's talk about who qualifies for the retroactive payments. So you may be able to qualify for that about $7,000 payment, close to $7,000 payment, if you previously had your Social Security benefits reduced due to WEP or GPO. If you received a pension from a non-Social Security covered employment, such as federal, state, or local government jobs. If you are a spouse, a widow, or a widower, someone whose benefits were impacted by GPO. So if you fall into any of those categories, you could actually be owed thousands of dollars in back payments. So again, be on the lookout for that. The one of the ways that you're going to be able to check for the payment, if you haven't received it yet, because people are receiving the payments, you just want to make sure that you verify your eligibility and ensure that you set up yourself to be able to receive that retroactive payment. So here's a couple of things that you want to do. Again, you want to log into your SSA account, which you could be able to access at www.ssa.gov/my account, and check your latest payment details. You also want to look out for an extra deposit. So this is going to be separate from your regular Social Security check. That deposit might be labeled as retroactive adjustment or something similar to those terms. You also want to check your mail. So SSA may send official letters confirming your payment amount and also explain the adjustment. If you haven't received anything yet, make sure you go ahead and call SSA by dialing 1-800-772-1213 and be prepared, like I said, for longer than usual wait times. A pro tip here is if your mailing address or direct deposit has changed recently, you want to make sure you get that updated ASAP to make sure that you are not experiencing longer than usual delay times. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Those are a couple of updates I want to share with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Later.